Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black with the Strat Time Report, and Santa Claus is certainly in town. If we go to, write this one down, go to SPY, once again, it's like potentially an outside week now. We only got a day left, but that could be a compound and come through next week because you got this broadening formation we've been talking about for a while, that 2-2 reversal yesterday, 2-2 continuation today, and still marching, just stalling out just a little bit up here for right now, but a whole bunch of things are taking out yesterday's highs and just continuing yesterday's rally. If we go to QQQ, QQQ also taking out yesterday's highs after the 2-2 reversal yesterday, and also potential a 1-bar rev strat week, which means you had an inside week, you poked down and stopped all these guys out, but that was it. Now boom, straight back up. And we're getting towards the end of the year. We want to look what we're setting up here and the potential on the monthly to start January, that 2-2 and back to the high. So you got some more room up here to take this kind of stuff out. Stalling out just a little bit and outside 30, so that would certainly get my attention if we go outside by taking out both sides, then inside. Yeah, because they were willing to pay up and sell down, and they meet in the middle. Yeah, it could be off to the races if we can get that thing to close inside 30. But we'll see. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds. Dow Jones Diamonds just going sideways up here near the highs. And here, go inside in the 60. Nope, 1 penny higher. So still grindy. Once again, a lot of things looking the same here, and you can see this like so. So people always ask me, how do you draw broadening formations? And like, all you really want to do is create an outside bar that's not being shown to you. So you see these 3 days? If that was 1 bar, it'd be outside of all this, right? And so remember how tight it was in here. And then expando by taking all these guys out and now ripping back through here. And once again, also potential an outside week. Go to small caps. Small cappers, I think they make outside week here. 219.90. Yep. Now it goes outside week. So that's what you look for when you start failing one side of a range and coming back through to give you the outside bar. So you can see yesterday was stop them out, 2-2 reversal. Now it continues, and you can see that now it's a higher high off of that and a lower low. This is a lower level broadening formation. The question is going to be strong enough to come after all this kind of stuff. We'll see. Santy's certainly still in town. If we go to Tesla, and Tesla, we knew on the month it was 2 up, 2 down. But then, once again, once you got this outside day and start ripping back up here, that means the selling was rejected, came back up, still rejected. Now you can see this was an outside bar, and now these become the lower level formation, the higher highs. Now, we'll see if that keeps going because that gives you the outside week. Once again, when you fail one side of a range, change that continuity coming back through. Yeah, we're looking for outside week and got it. Right now inside on the 60, so stalling out just a little bit. The main problem would be next month, how are you not going to be an inside month and get out of here? Right? It's not the end of the world. It could still be green, but you always like to see if you're going to leave yourself some extra signals. If you go to a 30, like when I'm showing you this down into here on the daily, if you go to like the 30, you're going to see this. This is what the broadening formation looks on a shorter term time frame. Oops, a little bit more. Let's go to 100. There she blows. So here you can see it on the 30-minute basis, and you can go right off of this. See this? Where's it going, Rob? Up there. Now we just stall out a little bit, and but we'll see. If we go to SOPA, and SOPA, just keeping an eye on this thing. I'm going to go back down to our 60s. This was in the video last night because of this. See all this? The grind lower, and then you get the big spike up, then the inside day. The hopes is you can get a measured move. Up, sideways, and measured move of this. Right now it's working on it. Just stalls out a little bit as we go over the highs. We'll see if we get an inside 60 out of that. If we go to MA, and MA takes out last week's highs. That's a Momo hammer because it's a 2 up, right? And we've known about this broadening formation for a very long time, a very long time, especially down into here and that 3 down to here. And so what that potentially sets up is the outside month. Take out the highs and the lows, and now here's your new broadening formation. Take out both sides of that. Having a nice little day, and that was a nice little 2-2 reversal yesterday for that as well. MA, that tells us to look at Visa. And Visa makes the outside week, right? And getting closer to that outside month, all right? So here, once again, your broadening formation on the shorter time frame. Stop these guys out, 2 down, 2 up reversal. These 3 become an outside bar of all that. Visa's still working as of right now. If we go to crude oil, the UCO also 1 bar rev strat week a coming. Inside week, gap down, and now coming back up on it, right? And just like the stocks, crude yesterday, gap down, and then 2-2 reversal. And coming up through this range. So we'll see if you go to 60, you can see this. The 2 down and the 2 up reversal back into the upside. And that's giving us some XLE strength. Here, got a distance to go outside on the week, right? But potentially setting this up in the month, getting closer there. And there's your 2-2 reversal coming back through this previous range. And you got some of the big boys in there, PXD, coming up after yesterday's reversal. Still working and setting up that hammer month, rev strat month. And that's what we want to look for. Like when we talked about in the strat attack last night, is what is all this stuff going to leave us coming into the new year? And right now, PXD getting closer to going an outside week. Took out the lows, coming after the highs. If you go to Conoco, and Conoco's got some more distance for that week, but also setting up the rev strat month. Inside month, poke down, boom. So we'll see after yesterday's what? 2-2 on a Tuesday reversal. And here you can see this on the daily, what we're looking at. Higher highs, lower lows. There's your daily broadening formation for Conoco if you'd like to copy that down. If we go to EOG getting closer to the outside week as well. All right, and that's setting up the potential 2 up, 2 down month to the upside. And just another continuation day off that 2-2 reversal down into here. If you go here on the daily, you're going to see this. Your broadening formation, like so. Because once again, this to here is an outside bar of all this. That's all you're trying to identify, because we know outside bars exist, and we know ranges get tested on both sides and then go back and forth. Tested the range down, tested the range up, tested the range back down. Now we'll see if we can go all there full on Santa Claus back to the highs. Right now, spine Q's coming in just a tad, so we'll see how things act. Once you get to a little bit of correctional activity, like here in the SPY, if you can take like a 30 lower, like we haven't had any lower lows on the 30. If we do that, you'll start to see a little bit of a tone change. You'll see who's going to stay strong and who ain't. All right, so if we go to MongoDB, and MongoDB, once again, that inside week to the upside, right, that we knew about, setting up that hammer counter shooter 2-2 month. It had a nice day off that inside day yesterday, now continuing. So we'll just have to see if there's any more continuation stuff over here. If we go to Google, and Googs, also inside week, now potential outside week. All right, so we'll see. It's getting closer on here. Once again, that 2-2 reversal day yesterday. Now trying to come up through all of this stuff. We'll see. Right now, 60 shooter if they want to bring it in just a tad and set up for the afternoon. If we go to AVGO, and here on the daily, this is a Momo hammer, right? That's a 2 up. And some people are like, well, that's a hanging man. I'm like, not if it goes up, it isn't. Anybody got caught short in here yesterday? Boom. Stick it to them right there. And you can see this. Here was the 3. 165. No, not quite a 3, but you can see here on the 60. This is what you look for. 2 down. Boom. 2-2 reversal right back in they face. All right? And then if you go to the 30, you'll see another one of these. Momo hammer right there. Right? Looking just like the daily, see? So if we go back to the 60, so AVGO having a nice little day. All right, if we go to SEV, And the Sono Group, and this boy, this is just taking a beating. As I can remember when it went public, and yeehaw, and ever since then, just destroyed. But now you got your inside day, right here above this, 1076 trading 1211. That's nice. And if that works, potentially you get the outside week, and that'd be a real nice move if you can get that going. If we go to FORG, and FORG inside day, and you can see that outside day. This big green one was an outside day. Right, there's your broadening formation. Then inside, that's your equilibrium, and then boom, off she goes. 3112 to take this stuff out. A little quick on here. Still an inside week, so we'll see if you can take this out, because this was an inside week. This is a hammer. That's a RevStrat setup coming back through all this range. So it'll be real nice, even if it stays inside, to watch for next week to take these guys out. Or if it can take this out, that's 26.98, which is still a nice little move from here. Then you get your RevStrat weaker. If you go to Paychecks, just a little gapper, you know, it's exhaustion risk. Anytime you're going straight into the highs, you want to come back through those previous ranges, like those broadening formation you see right here, now trying to reverse, coming back down off that 60 with that 30 do. This is what you look for in exhaustion risk when you're going into new highs, right? You have no more pivots to take out. The buyer's got to step up. So you might have squeezed a bunch of people out of here. So you can take this, even though people are like, well, it's green on the day and the week. And I'm like, yeah, but you're into exhaustion risk. Here's your 212 off the 30 to take this thing back down the other way. If you go to ICLR, and ICLR is having a nice little day here, and that's another Momo hammer, because that's a 3-2 to the upside. Just kind of went blasting right out the chute. So sometimes you got to go down in time frame to get out of there. But here's a compound inside bar. You see these 2 months inside of this? So once it takes that, it's just like taking an inside bar to the upside. Just exhaustion risk once again by going into the highs. Anything good on the 15s? A little quick. Yeah, it's a little tricky on this one, but we'll see if that keeps going. If we go to Homebuilders, XHB. And XHB, just some nice follow through from yesterday. Not doing much on the month, but anytime you see these lower lows on the week and then you can close near the highs, you're close to a 2-2 reversal, just like we got on all the dailies yesterday on the week. We still have a day left on that. And you got usual suspects over there. How's Home Depot doing? Home Depot, not too much. Toll Brothers, a little picked up some steam after yesterday's 2-2 didn't really go. DHI, all the usual suspects over there. And you see, once again, setting up closer to being a 2-2 reversal on the week for next week with a day to go. If we go to Palo Alto, and Palo Alto setting up this inside hammer month, right? Coming out, taking out last week's highs. And once again, on the daily, here's your Momo hammer. Boom. Anybody got caught short in here yesterday? They're handing it to them right now. A little grindy, but that's kind of what we're dealing with it right now, the grinds. So we'll see. Also, we have Groupon from the weekend vid and from Strat Attack last night. Talked about this. Holds its gap up after yesterday, taking the inside week to the upside, right? Did it on Monday, then gapped, and now trying to follow through. That's good. So we'll see if there's more to it. If you go to your 30, you're going to see this here inside on the 30 and get it. If we go to some pandemics, EXPE, remember how strong that was yesterday? Taking out last week's 2-2 reversal on the week. 2 down, 2 up, and off she goes, and still cranking here as EXPE. Potentially the outside month, but running out of time, so you might get the outside month or compound of it, but you're certainly closer to taking out the monthly highs come the new month. Boeing, to a lesser extent, we're trying to go for that outside bar after yesterday's 2 down, 2 up. Marriott, how's the cruise ships doing? Marriott follows through, and there gives you the outside week, right? Setting up the outside inside month. That could be very interesting there. Cruise ships, how you doing, buddy? And cruise ships still coming, CCL, so you can watch those pandemics together because we know RCL. Here, inside month to the upside, that's still good and following through. On the downside, oh boy, ALLK. ALLK, just a disaster. It's a disaster when the wheels fall off and the drugs don't work. Looking potential zero here, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, we've got the Vaxxers coming down. Moderna. And Moderna off the inside 60 here. We knew it was our outside week to the downside, right? Still an inside month, but closer to taking the downside on that. So Moderna having problems. You go to BNTX here, also off the 60 having problems. There's your 1 bar Rev Strat week, right? Inside week, poke up, boom. 1 bar Rev Strat on the week. And the setting up, the 3-1 monther and closer to the bottom of the month. NVAX not so much just yet, I don't believe, but certainly when these guys are falling down, you can keep an eye on it. Still handling inside day, however. CarMax having a rough day. And CarMax gap and puke. That one pretty quickly, too. So sometimes you got to be right on them, and then you can wait for the triangle out, and you go up into here. Let the corrective activity come up, then the inside 5. Down she goes. I think that 15 was real quick on here, and there's your inside 15 or to the downside. Also had an inside 30 here, right? And then the micro here, the slight higher high in the 30. This is another way how you get in on this. 2 down, 2 up, and boom, hit it right there. And these two are going to become an outside bar of this. If we go to DoorDash is kind of stalling out down in here. Not the end of the world for it, but if the market starts to come in just a little bit more, although we're not totally looking for that you do have this 2 up, 2 down reversal day. So, and if we last but least, if we go to Peloton, oh boy, it's still going. It's trying to stay an inside week, but oh boy, the great demise of this is can't be understated, and still just walking down. So, like I said, despite trying to do the Santa Claus rally, a lot of 2-2 continuations on the day, still holding. Market's drying up just a tad, but we'll see how that goes. That's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black, Strat Time Report.